Good day, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. Our lead story for today. Parents speak out as Brakpan Joyride ends in tears. 12-year-old boy steals car, kills 14-year-old Malcolm Booysen in accident. In the quiet town of Brakpan, east of JOHANNESBURG, a tragedy unfolded on the 7th of June 2025, leaving a family devastated and a community in mourning. The life of 14-year-old Malcolm Booysen, a student with dreams as vast as the African sky, was cut short in a collision that has raised profound questions about responsibility, safety, and the fragility of life. The incident occurred at the intersection of Northdene and Medeley streets, a place that would forever be etched in the memories of those who knew and loved Malcolm. It was a Saturday afternoon, a time usually filled with the laughter and carefree spirit of youth. But on this day, the laughter was silenced by the screech of tires and the sickening thud of metal against flesh. According to reports, a 12-year-old boy was behind the wheel of a Mazda, navigating the streets of Brakpan. It is alleged that the young driver disregarded a stop sign, a seemingly small act that would have catastrophic consequences. The Mazda collided with Malcolm, who was walking along the road. The impact sent Malcolm's body sprawling onto the pavement, his young life hanging precariously in the balance. The car careened further, crashing into the wall of a nearby house, a stark testament to the force of the collision. The scene that unfolded was one of chaos and despair. Witnesses rushed to the aid of the stricken boy, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and helplessness. Among them was Antonio Posthumus, a 16-year-old friend of Malcolm's, who had some first aid training. Antonio and his father were in their garage when they heard a loud bang. They rushed outside and saw a cloud of dust. Antonio saw someone lying on the pavement and realized it was Malcolm. For 3 agonizing minutes, Antonio desperately tried to revive his friend, administering CPR in a frantic attempt to breathe life back into his lifeless body. But it was in vain. Malcolm had already passed on. Paramedics arrived at the scene, their sirens piercing the afternoon air. But their efforts were also futile. Malcolm Booysen, just days after celebrating his 14th birthday, was declared dead at the scene. His dreams, his potential, his future, all extinguished in an instant. The news of Malcolm's death spread quickly through Brakpan, casting a pall of grief over the community. Friends, family, and classmates struggled to come to terms with the senseless loss of a young life. Malcolm was remembered as a friendly, responsible, and ambitious boy, a child who had touched the lives of many with his kind heart and infectious smile. He was a grade 6 pupil who was being homeschooled. He loved collecting and trading Hot Wheels cars. He had a passion for his faith and had expressed a strong desire to become a pastor, a calling that seemed to resonate deeply within his young soul. His father, Quentin Busen, recounted the horrifying moment he witnessed the crash. They had been together just moments before, visiting a friend. Malcolm had asked to skate ahead on their way back home, and Quentin had agreed. As Quentin turned the corner, he saw a white car speeding past the stop sign, followed by a loud bang. He rushed forward, his heart pounding with dread, and found Malcolm lying on the pavement, his skateboard nearby. Quentin knelt beside his son's lifeless body, desperately pleading with God to bring him back. But his prayers went unanswered. The pain of losing a child is a burden no parent should ever have to bear, a wound that cuts deep into the soul and leaves an unfillable void. Malcolm's mother, Helen-Ann, spoke of her son's unwavering faith and his ability to bring his family closer to God. She described him as a friendly child who had friends all over. She said that he always reminded her to pray, believe, and not be negative about a situation. Despite her immense grief, Helen-Ann found the strength to forgive the young driver responsible for her son's death. She believed that Malcolm, a child who believed in God, would have wanted it that way. The 12-year-old driver was taken into custody and later released into the care of his parents. He has been charged with culpable homicide and driving a motor vehicle without a license, charges that carry serious consequences under South African law. The legal proceedings are expected to be complex, as the court grapples with the question of criminal capacity and the appropriate course of action for such a young offender. The incident has sparked a debate about parental responsibility and the need for greater vigilance in preventing children from accessing vehicles without permission. Zoili Dlamini, spokesperson for the city of Ekurhuleni, urged parents to keep car keys safe and to ensure that children below the legal driving age do not have access to vehicles. The minimum legal age to obtain a driver's license in South Africa is 18 years. The tragic events in Brakpan have also highlighted the issue of road safety and the need for greater awareness among all road users. Melinda Jan van Renberg of EMS Chaplain Trauma Support noted a disturbing rise in vehicle-related crashes involving pedestrians in the area. She revealed that in the 2 weeks leading up to Malcolm's death, there had been 4 such incidents, some involving children. In the wake of the tragedy, the community of Brakpan rallied together to support the Busen family. A vigil was held at the scene of the accident, where friends, family, and community members gathered to pay their respects. Heartfelt messages were written on a large wooden cross, and flowers were laid in remembrance of Malcolm. Malcolm's grandfather, Andre Busen, expressed the family's shock and disbelief, saying that they were still trying to make sense of the tragic event. Malcolm's brothers, Austin, Jason, and Jacques, also paid tribute, each writing messages to their late sibling on the cross. The funeral arrangements are underway as the family prepares to lay Malcolm to rest. But the pain of their loss will undoubtedly linger for years to come. The memories of Malcolm, the boy who dreamed of becoming a pastor, the child who loved Hot Wheels cars, will forever be etched in their hearts. The 12-year-old boy appeared in the Brakpan Magistrates Court on Monday, accompanied by his guardian. The National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, spokesperson, Lumka Mahanjana, stated that the matter was postponed to the 28th of August 2025 to determine the boy's criminal capacity. The legal ramifications for the parents of the 12-year-old driver are also under scrutiny. Department of Transport spokesperson Colin Msibi explained that if the car was acquired with consent, then the teen driver's parents may face prosecution. However, if the car was taken without permission, it will be part of the police investigation. The tragic death of Malcolm Booysen serves as a stark reminder of the importance of responsible parenting, road safety, and the need to protect our children from harm. It is a call to action for communities to come together and create safer environments for all, where children can play and walk without fear of becoming victims of senseless tragedies. The corner of Northdene and Medeley streets in Brakpan will forever be a place of sorrow, a reminder of the day that a young life was tragically cut short. But it will also be a place of remembrance, a place where the community can honor the memory of Malcolm Booysen and work towards a future where such tragedies are prevented. The incident occurred approximately 800 meters from the 12-year-old driver's home. It remains unclear how long the minor had been driving the car before the crash. The mother of the 12-year-old driver visited the Busen family after the crash and told them that her son had not been given permission to drive the car. However, Quinton Busen stated that no matter what she says or does, it won't bring Malcolm back. The Brakpan community has been left heartbroken by the death of Malcolm Booysen. A somber vigil was held on Sunday afternoon at the scene of the tragedy where Malcolm lost his life. Malcolm's aunt, Marissa Strauss, remembered him as a well-mannered boy who would offer his help, for a fee. She recounted how Malcolm had spent time with her and his niece the Thursday before his death. The family is now faced with the difficult task of raising money to bury Malcolm. Quinton Busen has been unemployed and relying on piece jobs for the past year and a half. The family is accepting donations to help cover the funeral expenses. The story of Malcolm Booysen is a story that will stay with the community of Brakpan for a long time. It is a story of loss, grief, and the search for justice. But it is also a story of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of the human spirit. May his dear soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you for watching this news video. We'd love to hear what you think about this story, so please leave your comments below. We read them all and appreciate your insights. Join us again in our next strange story. Until then, goodbye.